Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I want to talk to you guys about tips, I guess, for traveling solo in Africa. It was my first time traveling solo, and it was my first time going to each of the countries that I went to in Africa. So I went to Cape Town, and I went to Accra, and I went to Lagos, back to back. So it was really fun. It was a phenomenon. It was amazing, and like nothing went wrong. And I feel like there's something to be said about the fact that I did not experience any higgy haga in terms of like my safety and my comfort. So I think, yeah, I'm going to share with you guys what I did and things that I would recommend in hindsight as well. And then, take from that what you will. And any questions, of course, as always, ask in the comment section so we can all learn from each other and also like contribute. Number one, what I would say is book a hotel or book a bed and breakfast. In Cape Town, I did not stay in any hotels. I stayed in guest houses because I was interested in like meeting people and seeing people kind of thing. So I didn't want to be in a hotel. In Nigeria, I was in a hotel because I wanted somebody else to like keep me in mind, you know. I feel like it's safer when you're around more people and more like professional people or like a team, because you share responsibility for safety, and I just felt like I can associate somebody, you know. I know someone, I recognize someone, I'm coming to the same place. If I'm like living in an Airbnb by myself, or basically I'm saying don't do Airbnb because you're gonna be by yourself. I don't think that's a good idea. Anything else where you're not by yourself, I think is better. Because you have to remember as well, when you're going out and doing things, you're most likely by yourself. You most likely meet people. But accountability for your safety is really nice and easy when you've got like people around you. Before you go on your solo trip, so this is tip number 2, make sure there's a couple of people that know that you're going. My godmother knew, my sister knew, the friends I was going to meet. So the reason I was in Nigeria and Ghana was for weddings. But I arrived early, so they knew I was going ahead of them, 2 weeks ahead. It's just accountability. The more people that know, the better. And actually, I was so excited about going to Nigeria. I was telling everyone that I trusted. But in doing that, I managed to also be connected to other people. So normally, I think because Nigerians are just so like enthusiastic, extravagant, and I think pride as well works in their favor and sometimes against them. But I feel like it's the pride element, or it's just they have a lot of love. And when they heard that I'm coming and I'm going by myself, everyone just took it upon themselves to be super like extra in hospitality, and it was so amazing. Literally, like out of all of my trips, right, like my favorites are in this order: Cape Town, Lagos, Accra. Nigerians were so hospitable. I did not feel alone one bit. Every night I was doing something, or I was meeting someone that I'd been connected to, and through at work, I told someone at work that I was traveling solo, and he connected me to his friend who did the most to like make sure I was good. So like, even though it was solo, I did not feel solo. And by the time my friends came for the wedding, and their family and their friends, it became this whole big thing. Like honestly, like the best. It was the best in terms of safety. All I would say is, wherever you travel, any location, any continent, if it doesn't feel right, leave. Like even if before you go, if you do not feel comfortable or if you're on edge, don't go. Because I'm not talking about anxiety here. I'm talking about intuition. Like you feel something is off, or you just don't feel comfortable but you can't place your finger on it, don't do it. Like I didn't really have those moments when I was traveling, but I had my radar on. Like I was very observant. Mind you, also I don't drink alcohol, so the whole time I feel like I'm fully alert. And like when I'm accepting drinks from people, I'm very alert. So it's things like that, I think that helps me a bit. But I would say, if you do not feel comfortable, if it doesn't feel right, just move, leave, go home, or I don't know, just whatever. Uber is doing a thing right now where you can share your ride, like share your location with someone so they can see where you're at, all the time. I don't know if it works from like if I'm in the UK and the other person is in like wherever else, another continent, but I'll probably try it out. I'll check it out, because this is not the last time I'll be doing solo travels or traveling in Africa for sure. Plan some days and leave some days unplanned. Like, book certain things, know that on this day you're going ABCD to do ABCD, but leave some days open to chill or open to just going out and just going with the wind. Literally, there was a day that when I was in Accra, I wasn't by myself anymore at some point, but I wasn't feeling what the guys were doing. I'm not really into like tourism and going to see sites. I like activities. My kind of fun is slightly different. I'm not really into like holiday touristy activities. So I was like, you know what, guys, I'm getting an Uber, I'm going back to our place, and I'll see you guys for dinner. I'll see you afterwards, right? When I got to the house, I was still feeling like an itch. I wanted to be out. I just wasn't feeling what they were doing. What did I do? I spoke to the gate man. They like live literally by the gate. There's like a house there. I borrowed his bike, and he was like, ma'am, I need to make sure you can cycle first before you take my bike, you know. He watched me cycle to prove to him that I can cycle, and then I borrowed his bike and I just went cycling down the road. Like, I looked hella, like, everyone was staring, but I was having the time of my life. I was just loving the spontaneity and the fact that literally I'm just here. I'm by myself. I'm doing my thing. I think I want to stare because you can tell they can tell when you're not from there. I had a full face of makeup on as well, because we were coming from somewhere, and I was wearing shorts, and I was dressed super casual, but I looked glam, and I was on this semi-broken bicycle with no brakes. Like, I loved that stuff, like that kind of spontaneity. Like, obviously do it to your level of like risk appetite, but leave some days unplanned, plan some days. The best planned activity that I did in Nigeria was a spa day, and that was the most, that I think that's the best. Actually no, Istanbul was the best. It's a toss-up between Istanbul and Lagos in terms of like which was the best spa. It was phenomenal, flipping phenomenal. I made a list of like all the places that I went in each country, so you can check that out. Find a way to link it in the description. This goes without saying, make sure you have plenty of memory on your phone, and make sure, yes, you're going to take so much, so have a backup plan. Like, when you get back from a day or two, like, have a drive that you export to and then clear your phone and start again. Have a backup plan. This should have been number one. Have a backup plan, or have it, please. I'll go on my knees for Wi-Fi, internet, battery, money. Just have a backup plan for that. So I managed to go through all of my trip in Cape Town without needing to take out any cash. In fact, I did not touch money in South Africa. No, I didn't. I didn't. I was just paying by card, and I was using my UK card because I could. In Nigeria, for 2 weeks, I was using Lemfi to begin with, and it worked. Boom, boom, boom. And then it just went dark on me because it didn't like one transaction I made when I was at a hair shop, and they blocked my account. So you want to make sure you have a backup plan for things like battery. Have a spare battery. I'm going to make a video of all the things you need kit-wise when you're traveling, because honestly, that will make or break your time in a place. Have a backup plan for data. For me, it was a dongle. That dongle needed to have like a portable battery in case the dongle dies, because otherwise I'm offline completely. That fell apart for me when my dongle ran out of data, and so I had to walk to an MTN shop in Lagos. But again, this is all experience. Like, I loved it. Luckily it was in daylight. My dongle didn't die. I had battery, I had power, but the data finished like halfway through my day. And then the issue was I didn't know my number because somebody was topping up for me, but obviously I couldn't call this somebody anymore because I didn't have a local SIM and I didn't have data. It was just a mess. So I walked to the nearest, mind you can't book an Uber because you're offline now. I walked to the nearest MTN. I was in Victoria Island at this point. MTN is always packed, and MTN in Ghana and MTN in Nigeria, they don't connect, so you cannot take your MTN SIM from Nigeria to Ghana. So this is why you need to have it figured out. Let me know if you want me to go into the details of like how to navigate that. Anyway, I played down with this girl to say I don't know what's going on, blah blah blah, so that she can check and tell me that, oh, you've run out of Wi-Fi, so I can be like, oh my god, I'm so in distress, please help me, I don't know how to top up, if I top up now, blah blah blah, I don't have data. And it worked. Yes, she let me hotspot, because if I had walked in there and said, can I hotspot please, she'll say no, because everybody comes and asks for that. So I had to lead her to my problem basically. Anyway, it worked, topped up, boom, went, booked my Uber and went home. The hilarious thing is, the day I took out cash, literally the day I took out cash in Nigeria, thinking, okay, I need cash because most people don't accept, because I was going to Ibadan. This is when I was going to Ibadan. I was thinking, okay, I'm going out of the city, they won't accept card. I went to buy coffee and that coffee place was like, we don't take cash. I said, wow. The day I take out cash thinking I need it, let me use it, they say that they don't take cash, they only take card. What? Safety, comfort, and tech are the key things that will make your trip comfortable and fun and like you're at ease. And I think basically the tips I've given cover those areas. If there's anything you want me to go into the details, let me know. I can make another video. I'm going to put in the description box, the places I went, that I was bookmarking, because boy, I had fun. Like, I had an aggressive amount of fun. Would I recommend going solo in Africa? Yes. Yeah, do it. If it feels right, if you feel ready, do it. Just make sure, like I said, some people know that you're going. When you're traveling alone, when you're moving around, make sure you're following just basic safety. You're observing safety, basically. I will see you in the next one. Follow me or subscribe to the channel if you like solo travel content, because I'm making quite a few videos along this line because I have so much to share. I think I might make a video as well about getting a visa, how to get a visa for Ghana and Nigeria, and that was a very nerve-wracking process because it was I left it all last minute. So yeah, anyway, peace out.